Hi, it's Johnny, and I'm playing some Mario Kart Wii Aurora yet again. Let's jump right into it with Toadette and the Mini Beast, and let's go to the Luma and the Blooper Cups. So, for the Luma, we have Snifit Station, Interstellar Laboratory, Honeymoon Lune, and Dark Matter Shrine. And I'm pretty sure I have played all of these tracks at some point. So, not a very new cup for me, but hey, these should still be fun nonetheless, since it has been a while since I've played each one of these tracks. You know, speaking of Lumas, a few days ago I did get to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie for the first time. I'm not going to get too much into it since I don't want that to be the main focus of this, but I will say, I did think, well, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I could definitely see where the criticism came from, since I saw it had a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. Or was it a 42%? Well, it was a pretty low number from what I could tell, or from what I remember. But I was kinda hesitant on watching it, since I was afraid, since a lot of people were saying it wasn't very good, that I thought it would be like a waste of time or something like that. But I did watch it, and I personally thought it was pretty good. Now, I don't think it was better than the first movie. In fact, I think it's just as good as the first movie. I don't think one movie is better than the other. I think they're pretty equal in terms of how good they are. But, ooh, that was nice. Was not expecting that. But I personally think the movie could have done a better job at maintaining focus, because it definitely was a lot of references thrown in there, and especially with Fox McCloud, who didn't really, if I'm being honest, didn't really need to be in the movie. It was nice seeing him, but seeing him get more screen time than Rosalina kind of rubbed me the wrong way, especially since Rosalina isn't usually the getting captured type of princess. But yeah, despite that, I had some fun with it. I do think, ooh, is that a star? No, that's a golden. I can understand, the Mario Galaxy fans being disappointed that it wasn't, a straight adaptation of that game. I wasn't really expecting it to be, since usually when it comes to games being put as movies, you can't really expect the producers to copy the game one for one and make it exactly how you'd like it to be. However, I do think Sonic 3 did a good job at adapting Sonic Adventure 2, which genuinely surprised me. I didn't think it would be adapted in that perfectly of way. Well, it wasn't adapted perfectly, but almost perfectly, and it really blew me away. So I think the Sonic 3 movie did a better job at adapting a game into a movie than the Mario Galaxy one did. But since I don't really have that special of a connection with Mario Galaxy, I guess the fact that it didn't really adapt it that well didn't really bother me that much, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's just stop talking about the Mario movie, since I don't want that to be the main focus of this. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, that track was pretty good, I guess. It was based off Spaceland from Mario Party 2, I'm pretty sure. Because, well, the Snifit Patrol in that game, in Spaceland specifically, is what I meant to do. Oh hey, I've played this one before. Well, yeah, obviously I have. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess, since I haven't played it in such a long time, it kind of surprised me. But yeah, it's nice to return to this track again. Even if I do think there are some flaws that could be fixed. But did a good job with it overall. Am I going the right? Yeah, I'm going the right. What? These guys are bullies, man. Jeez, I'll just use this. They're gonna slow me down. I'll use the bullet to speed me up. And hey, it actually didn't drop me off on the corner there. It actually waited a bit. Alright. I see you, Bullet Bill. But yeah, that previous track was based off Mario Party 2 Spaceland. It was kind of hard to tell that at first when I played it, but I can see where they're getting it from. And this track I really like as well. with all the floating star bits around as well. And that planet in the middle right there as decoration. It's pretty good. I do remember the first time I played... Jeez, man. I do remember the first time I played this in CDGP, there was a glitch where I went off this half pipe and then I fell straight through the floor right there, which was pretty weird. I haven't been able to replicate it. I wouldn't go out of my way to do that even if I wanted to, but that was pretty weird. I wonder if it's fixed or not. And speaking of custom tracks, something I do want to talk about is the custom Mario Kart Wiki, because this is unfortunately the day where it becomes read-only, and the archive version of the website is already public too. So, and that archive website is under the wiki.talkdom.com URL, and the old one is using the URL of old.talkdom.com, which means that I'm going to have to go back through the previous descriptions of the previous videos and change the URL to update it. Which, okay, well, I guess if it wants to take over the URL, that's fine, I guess, but it kind of threw me off how the old one switched to a brand new one. Yay, Super Mario Odyssey track. But anyways, as I was saying, I will say when I searched up wiki.talkdom.com and it took me to the brand new one, which wasn't ready yet since it didn't have everything archived yet, I was like, oh my gosh, where is everything? I thought they were gonna make the website read-only. What the heck happened here? Why is everything gone? But nope, all I had to do was go to old.talkdom.com and the wiki would be back just how I remembered it. Which is why I was kind of afraid, since usually for these videos, for the thumbnail, for the images of the thumbnail, I resort to the official Aurora wiki page, and then from there I go to the track list, which has all the cup icons, and from there I copy and paste the images to use for the thumbnail. So I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be able to do that, but luckily I can. It's just under another URL, which is fine. Actually, no, it's not fine. I'm more so relieved than satisfied with that decision. At least the old one we can still revisit and have everything properly there. But I do wonder how long it will take for everything to get onto the archive page. It's definitely probably going to take a very long time. But luckily, there seems to be a lot of people working together in order to make that happen. Hey, blue shell dodge. I'm going to fall off again so I can trick it even more. If that even works. And I dodged the blooper as well. Get on my level. Never mind, it's still there. Oh, comboed. Yeah, what you're looking at right now is a track based off the Moon Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey. As you can see, it's adapted pretty well in this track. Oh yeah, this is the Luma Cup, so of course all the tracks are going to be space themed. That's cool. I forgot what the last track is, though. I'm going to have to wait and see for myself. And right here is like the road to Bowser's wedding location. Speaking of Bowser. Yeah. And there's the wedding, guys. Very short and sweet. I do like how they made the moon craters trickable right there, and not just decoration. That's what I like seeing. I fell off there again, wow. That's what I like seeing in custom tracks, where they take what would usually be decoration and they find ways to implement them into the gameplay aspect of the track. That's kind of creative in my opinion, and something I don't really see tracks doing enough. So that's just something to be appreciative of. But besides that, this track is pretty good. Oh yeah, this track, Dark Matter Shrine. Yeah, this one is kind of forgettable for me, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's a good track. I just don't really see myself playing on it that much in mod packs like CDGP. I do know there's a shortcut at the very beginning though. I'm probably not going to get it since I'm not on a very good, yeah, 200cc plus I'm on a mini beast and it can't really maneuver that well. It involves this little piece right here, this black thingy that you can drive on, yeah. If I can, I will be able to show it off if I am able to execute it properly. Keyword if. There's a low chance that that even happens because, again, I'm not using an inside drifting bike. But I do like the decoration and the tech. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That's what I get for complimenting the track, I guess. I take everything back. This track is terrible. If I can get this shortcut, the track is no longer terrible. There we go. The track is awesome again. Ooh, there we go. And there's a blue shell. Lovely. Never mind, I slipped on the banana. This track is garbage again. Just kidding. You know, this track honestly drives surprisingly well on 200cc. I'm not doing a very good job at showcasing that well, but trust me, it does drive pretty well. And this part always stuck out. Oh, okay. I was gonna say this part always stuck out to me since you just snap to the squares and you go down immediately. Okay, I won't take the shortcut this time. I'll show off each and every route for the sake of showcasing these custom tracks. You know, when it comes to showcasing these, I sometimes get carried away and focus too much on commentary rather than actually showing off what the tracks offer. So maybe I should do a better job at actually making the tracks the main topic. I probably won't do that since I'm bad at remembering my own advice, but hey, I can at least do my best. So with that said, this rainbow texture is very lovely, a lot better than the regular Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road texture, and I just went in between those bananas like a boss. But anyways, yeah, this track is very colorful. I like the star bits floating around, the very luscious space environment, and yeah, this track is just really good. Not much else to say. And with that, the Luma Cup has been completed. All the space-themed tracks in this cup have been conquered, and we will move on to the Blooper Cup next. You know, I find it kind of cool how even though this is versus mode, the Luma Cup icon still shows up in the corner right there. Kamek might not have done much in the Galaxy movie, but hey, at least he's useful for a bike right here. So with that said, we'll move on to the Blooper Cup, and I assume all of these will involve island-themed tracks. Yep. We got Super Blooper Circuit, which I do not recognize at all. Rooster Island, Delfino Island. Ooh, Delfino Island, I love that so much. And Camp Kartigan, which I also love. So let's start with this unfamiliar track right here. You know, I wonder if this could be made by Super Blooper Kirio, because I know he's made tracks like Kirio Raceway and the like. I don't know. I'll have to check that on the wiki. But here we have a track themed around bloopers, which is not something I actually see that often, even in regular Mario Kart games. I wish there were more blooper-themed tracks, because I know the blooper isn't really a very popular item. In fact, I still can't believe that Nintendo insists on bringing it back as the joke item for every Mario Kart game. Ever since Mario Kart DS, it's just found its way into every single game imaginable. But I do like how the mini-map is shaped like a blooper. And speaking of blooper, hey, there we go. You know, I do know some tracks in CGGP have a custom blooper effect where some make it pretty massive, or some just have it as custom images, like Desert Fort having Dry Bones faces everywhere. Ooh, star on the ground. Okay, never mind. No more speaking. I respect everything that's happening to me. I got a star on the ground, and I have a star in my inventory. But what I was trying so desperately to say was, it would have been cool if the custom blooper effect on this track was bloopers, like images of bloopers on the screen. If this mod can even do custom blooper effects. But anyways, pretty good track. It was short, unfortunately, but it was pretty good. You can navigate stuff real easily. It's not too confusing, and a creative idea too. Kind of like Yoshi's Circuit is in the shape of a Yoshi. And now we have Rooster Island, which honestly kind of reminds me of the Zelda series a little bit. I don't know why, but it looks like something I'd see in like Wind Waker or something like that. Now, as for its name, Rooster Island, I don't really remember the reason why it's called Rooster Island. Or, well, are there roosters here? Oh yeah, there are. They're cataquacks, ouch. The very, very old version of this track didn't have any roosters at all, so that made the name even more confusing. But here, it actually makes sense. I think it was supposed to be like the mini-map kind of resembles a rooster, but I don't really see it. And I'm glad I have the Magic Cruiser so I can show off this cool route. Ooh, they even put a rooster there. Okay, I see. And you can also go over here as well. Can you make this gap? Ooh, yes, barely. Yeah, lots of shortcuts here. Kind of like Mario Raceway, which also has a lot of shortcuts. I forgot how many blue shells there are on aggressive items. Yeah, I like the vibes of this track a lot. It starts off on a nice, relaxing beach setting. Ooh, you can even go... Wow, I got doubled right there. You can go in this house right here, which has these large thingies in them. I don't know. This is supposed to be haystacks, just darkened because of the lighting. Okay, thanks for taking the blue shell from me. But I was talking about something. I don't really remember. Yeah, I do like the vibes of this track. Oh, that's still a problem where you can trick too early right there and potentially fall. It's really nice and relaxing, where it starts off nice and cozy and then continues that trend even throughout the little plains area with all these inviting houses and stuff. And I think that finish line banner is still the same as the very old version. But can you go... Ooh, yeah, you can go in this house right here. That's pretty cool. Not really much to do in here, but hey, it's cool nonetheless. This little pier right here. This dock. I don't think this leads to anywhere. It would have been cool if there was like a special item box right there. Gives you like infinite shocks or something like that. No, just kidding, just kidding. Don't actually do that. Don't have broken special item boxes in your track, please. Ooh, I know where I'm going to use this golden mushroom. I probably can't get first anymore right now, since I kind of like wasted my chance by exploring that house, which was worth it, by the way. It's not about winning, it's all about exploring the tracks. Yeah, but let's take this shortcut right here and get ourselves a nice second place. Rosalina deserved that win anyways, but especially after how she was treated in the Galaxy movie. Okay, I promise to not talk about the Galaxy movie anymore, but geez, I just want to bring it up so much because there's just a lot I want to say on it, okay? But I won't say it. But as for Rooster Island, really like that track. You might be noticing a trend here where I like pretty much all the tracks in this mod. It's almost like all these tracks are actually good. You don't see that often in custom track mod packs. But forget Rooster Island. We have one of my favorite tracks, Delfino Island. When I saw... Ooh, nice music playing. So, this track has been in CTGP for a very long time, and it still is. And it's always had a very... like for example, this boardwalk right here, it always has this very bright orange texture. Like, it didn't look as detailed as this, and also this this road area used to look a lot more basic as well. Because, well, like, obviously it's old, so. But now, this new version, which did get its way into CDGP, thankfully, makes the track look a lot more fresh and cleaner. And even though I'm small, can I still do this shortcut? I don't think so, yeah. Maybe if I hopped, I would have gone over there. And they still kept this little useless area that you can go into. Ooh, you know, actually, I think in the old version you couldn't go this far. Oh, really? Put out of bounds there? Come on, let me explore. But yeah, when I saw that this track got an update in CDGP, like when I got the notification for it on the channel, I was worried because I really like the layout of this track. I know a lot of people don't. They say it's too janky or too like messy or confusing. But personally, I think this layout is super fun. And when I saw that it said, oh, new update for Delfino Island came out, I was like, oh gosh, did they change the layout? Did they make the track into a whole new thing? Oh no, this is terrible. But when I played it, thankfully they kept the layout the same. Ooh, on the roof? Yeah. On 200cc, there's some pretty cool shortcuts that you can do on this track. But I'm about to get powered off right here. Yep. Nice going, CPUs, I guess. But yeah. Thankfully, the update didn't change the layout at all. In fact, pretty much keeps the track exactly the same in terms of layout. And that's a problem on 200cc. But hey, the track wasn't designed for 200cc in mind, so you can't really get mad at it. So I'm glad that they kept the track like to its core. Like, it's still pretty fun to drive because it's basically unchanged besides the visuals. And I'm glad that the update made the track even better. I do like the maple trees there, that's pretty cool. This track just makes me happy, man. It's one of the most fun custom tracks I've ever played. But on to the next. You know, I really gotta work on my commentary skills, man. I feel like my commentary in this video and the previous one I did could be definitely a lot better. Heck, all the Aurora videos I did could have probably had much better commentary in them. Like, it's kind of hard to do commentary now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, I'm not gonna stop doing it. I like it. I think it's pretty fun and gives the video more personality. But let's get off that topic and focus on Camp Kartigan, which is also a track I'm familiar with. Haven't played it in a while though, so it's gonna be a nice trip back to. Ooh, Baby Daisy got Mega Cloud. It's gonna run away with this. Just kidding, she's not, because she's slow as a CPU. And I'm gonna smuggle this bullet in the first place. Thank you, Blooper, for slowing everyone else down. Does anyone want to use the lightning? Nope? Okay. But let's just take a break and say hi to these guys right here, because they're having a good time. Even, no matter how blocky they are, they can still enjoy themselves. You know, if I thought well enough to pick the Magic Cruiser, I'd use it to its full potential, but doesn't seem like I am doing that well. I'm not really good at utilizing off-road shortcuts with vehicles with good off-road. I mean, I did do a good job right there. And now it won't matter because I'm using an item that can go through off-road anyway. Is this tunnel out of bounds? Oh no, it just stops you. Okay. They didn't pull a Thunder City, thankfully. You know, I wonder if there is a modern version of Thunder City, honestly. That would be pretty cool. Oh, we're on the final stretch right here. Someone's in front of me. Ooh, can I get this? Ooh, yes I can because of that blue shell. Thank you whoever threw that. Yeah, I do like all the alternate routes that you can go on that track. and the camp tents in the background that you just saw right there, hopefully. And this traffic section always stuck out to me. I don't know why. It just kind of contrasts with the nature aspect of the rest of the track. But with that said, all these tracks have been pretty good, as usual. This is a very fun mod pack because all these tracks are of good quality. And you know, if I were to play this online, I'd have a pretty fun time, honestly. Did I just see Luma go through Rosalina? I'll have to look back at that in editing. But anyways, that'll do it for this video. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.